On banks, the Federal Reserve, a lot of people are awake to that. It's not really federal at all. But obviously Ron Paul is someone that, we've respected here in independent media for a very long time. I think a great statesman, and DOGE, etc. There was talk before the election of, wanting to, end the Fed. Is this possible without, being assassinated? It's like
probably not. Honestly, a lot of power, a lot of control. That's what Washington D.C. really is all about, and that's unfortunate. But Rand Paul, who I'm pretty close to, the son, it's everybody's always saying audit the Fed. It would be great to get their fiscal note, and I think they need to relinquish their hold. And again, we need to get some guts. We need to educate ourselves on that issue and get out of the Fed. I think we need to remove that from our vocabulary.
Yeah, I agree. And it's come a long way. 20 years ago, we even talked about this topic, and we'd be considered conspiracy theorists. But I guess it's coming to I guess possible end, in the sense that they can't keep printing the fake money they've been printing since World War II. Exporting that inflation overseas, which has certainly been beneficial to America, but the inflationary effects are being felt now everywhere, because it just went excess overdrive of printing through COVID, etc., and spending money that they can't afford, especially the Democrats. Inflation, Trump's got a difficult job, because he's kind of, the economy and the finances, the printing money can't continue, but America still needs to have money to fund its ever-increasing debt. So the next 12 months, 2 years, economically for America, there's a few challenges ahead. How do you think that's going to play out?
I think it's make or break. I mean, if we hadn't elected Trump, I'm afraid we would have lost our country. We would have fallen off into a Marxist abyss, if you will. I think we've gotten a little bit of a reprieve, but I think we got to realize that, it's like this. Some of these guys, they just want to refinance so they can, 672 more payments, and this car is all mine. I think they just look at the monthly stroke and not the overall expenditure. And in 5 to 7 years, they tell us that the largest single item that we'll be paying on our budget is the interest on our debt. I mean, just imagine that, the interest, and we're just throwing that money away, and we're printing money at such a high rate right now. Of course, it's devaluing our dollar, and the average American is out $600 to $1,000 a month more just to survive. I mean, you're talking $12,000 a year. That's just that's hard to swallow, and that's hard to maintain, and eventually the wheels will fall off this thing.
Yeah, it's quite sad. I mean, the middle class is being destroyed, even in Australia, which is quite a rich country. But I live in Bali now, Indonesia, and even though I sometimes look around and go, why are people so happy here? But I think it's because they don't have a mortgage. I mean, in Australia, the cost of mortgage is that underlying stress in the West. And it's just going to get worse. Being poor in a rich country is what's going to happen for a lot of people. And it's sad to see. But yeah, I agree with you. Trump is probably the last really hope to change, and he's got an awesome team behind him this time. I think maybe the first time around, he got some pretty poor advisors around him, and maybe was inexperienced. This time he seems way more experienced, and it's got an awesome team. On that, Robert Kennedy Jr., many people are really excited about and hoping he can transform health. Let's just show you this quick video.